Okay, so we're recording. Excellent. So one of the things that Mrs. Carter and I was sharing the other day was about when we sponsor people, and we are sponsoring a lot of people into the business, but we're not sponsoring people that are coming in with packs. In other words, they're not coming in at Coach Business in First Class. So I wanted to be able to add value. I'm not going to add value. I wanted to show you value in why it's important to make sure that we're getting people who are going to come in, that we direct them in the right way of getting a pack. And basically the benefits of having a pack when you get to the business. Because first of all, when you come in at 49, I'm almost certain there's not one person on this call can tell me that a person they started at 49 has gotten started and has gone to First Class. 49 started and they've gone to business class. If you have, let me know.
We have one
what I do,
on my team.
One. Okay, and I've just got one on my team. But
I'm one of them too.
Yeah, you're the one, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, good. But let me tell you what happens though when a person typically comes in at 49, and I'm not trying to say don't get anybody into the business. That's not. I want you guys to understand. I want you to build your business, but I want you to build it with some volume. Because 40 and what the mindset is, I would say, I could give this back to a story that we had in our last business with John the Greek, John Securus, gentleman who was flat broke, dang near homeless, sold everything when he finally got started this business, went on to be a Crown Ambassador, which is the top position in the company, made millions in the company. But when he started the business, because he spoke several different languages, he appealed to the actual Latino family. And so because he appealed to the Latino family, that's where his focus was. And Mr. Bugs would talk to him because Mr. Securus would say, he would sign up people. He would sign them up at the, it wasn't called the standby, it was at the business kit. They would come at the business kit, and they were not coming in with any volume. And their mindset, his mindset, John Securus' mindset was that Mr. Bugs, they don't have any money. The Latinos don't have any money. So they can't afford to come in at $1,200. And so what John Securus was doing, he was making a decision on behalf of the person that he was prospecting. He had already concluded in his mind that they couldn't afford it, so he was signing them up at the position that they could only, in his mind, believe that they can afford. And when Mr. Bugs made it clear to him, he says, you don't have a clue about what these people have in their bank account or what they can go out and get when they see the value in what it is that they're getting. And so when he got an understanding, his business blew up. This gentleman actually went diamond during December, which is typically the hardest time to go diamond in any business because people are not focused in the holidays. People are not, they're not willing to spend money like that. They want to spend money on gifts and things of that nature. So he went diamond because he changed his thinking. He tweaked his thinking just a little bit because he was making a decision. It's no different than when you're calling people and you have that, we call that chicken list. And we don't call that chicken list until it's like, you know what, we're pushed. And the only reason why we don't call it chicken list is because we are making a decision for the people that we're prospecting. So I wanted to bring us together as a team, the leadership of this company, of this organization, and to make sure you guys understand that, yeah, people are going to get started at 49 and they're going to hold a position at 49 and they're hardly ever going to do anything with it. Everybody that I sponsored at 49 at the beginning of this business, they've done absolutely nothing and they just died off. They're not even part of the business anymore. They're not part of the business anymore. And I say that is because they have a mentality that I'm just going to get in, I'm going to take a position. if there is not a concrete conversation about a person when they get started at this business about how they can actually move from that 49 to a coach business first class within the first 30 days, if they don't have a direct plan and they're putting in the energy to do it, they're not going to do it. They're not going to stick around. So my hope for this call right now is to get you guys to understand that when we talk to people, I don't even talk about 49 as an option just to come in as. Literally, I go straight for a package. When I sponsor people, I don't even give them an option. If they say, well, I'm just going to come at the 49, I'm saying, well, you might as well sign up as a customer. Because you're not going to do the work, first of all, to get the money. So you're just a customer. Because they're not incentivized. Even though there's a payout there, their payout is only in the signing up a person. They'll get the what is it called? The fast start bonus.
That's right. Yeah.
They get the fast start bonus, and then they might get a travel savings bonus, but who's to say they're going to actually do the work? So I wanted to make sure that we understand what it is that we have our hands on so that we can convey that to that new prospect. And so when you talk to people, don't come in with the assumption that they can just come at the 49 and we can get them to the next level. I would talk to people and say, look, you want to get started at least at the 250, at least at the coach class, because now you're in position to earn money in dual team. Now you're in position to earn money, at least 50% of the travel savings bonus. You're now in position to earn money in all of the things that you can get at that position. You don't ever want to get a person to a point where they're just settled. We have to have the mindset, and I'm grateful for the book that I'm reading, because that book says you have the mindset either of not enough, just enough, or more than enough. Not enough means that you have a mindset where you're just in a situation you can't get out of it. Not enough means that life is what it is, and I'm poor. I'm going to stay poor. I'm scrambling for something. Just enough means, okay, I've got to a point in life, I'm just going to be settled. And if we don't move people out of those mindsets, they will never acclaim or never be able to get more than enough. And we are not to be people that will settle at just enough or not enough. That's not who we are. How can we represent a kingdom when we are settled at just, a just enough mindset? We have to get people to see the vision more than what they see it for themselves. That's what leadership is about. So when I talk to people, I lead them to a pack. I haven't signed up a $49 person in months because I got out of it. I said, you know what? I'm not going to allow people just to come in at $49.95 anymore. I just tell them, I said, look, you know what? Because if we signed up 5, 6, 7, 8 people and the volume is still at zero, it's still at zero. That means that director's not going to happen. That means senior director's not going to happen for you guys. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about your business. What do you want out of your business? Do you want to go to the next level? And if you do, then you've got to have the mindset of how to lead people. Now, I'm not saying bombard a person. I'm not saying regurgitate over a person information. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying learn how to convey a message to where they will want to at least come in at the coach class. It's very important. If you think about it, and I was going to show it on the screen, but I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can go to the whiteboard here. Is there a whiteboard in here?
Yes, it is.
And I'm going to find it.
You're on your iPad Pro, right?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
It is I'm on my iPad Pro.
Yeah, just hit share content, share your whatever, and it'll give you the option of whiteboard, or you can just share screen and go to your whiteboard.
Okay, got you. Okay, got host me back.
May I tell a story while you're doing that?
Absolutely, bless you.
Oh, God bless you. Who was that?
That was Kendrick.
Oh, God bless you. Okay, so here's a story of here's a $49 story that happened to me. It's my niece.
Mm-hmm.
So Niecey Poo, let's go. Okay, Annie, but I can get started today with that $49, but I get paid Friday, and I can upgrade this coming week to coach, and then I have to skip a week because I got to get my car fixed. But the next week I can go to a business class, and then I got to skip another week because I got to help my mom with whatever that was. And then by the fifth week, I can be first class. Awesome. That's the only way she got into this system at 49. But guess what? Her launch didn't go well. All kinds of stuff happened. She quit. Had no skin in the game. 49.95 was, okay, I lost it. Things didn't work out because she didn't have that personal stick-to-itness or the ability to say this is a startup company, which I shared with her, and the belief that just because one thing happened, consider that a test, consider that an opportunity to do better, consider it in a realm of so what. So she didn't. But I felt like when she said $49.95, I would say, Nisi Poo, why don't you just let me hold that 49 so life won't happen to it? But because she gave me a plan of action, that's what allowed me to do it. Without a plan of action, nothing. But even with a plan of action, nothing. Because it's too easy to stop. It's too easy to say later. It's too easy not to move.
There's no skin in the game.
Yep, no skin in the game.
It's no different than, a person will do as much as they can when they have skin in the game. If you're covering the skin in the game, they're not motivated. And when I say cover, I shouldn't say that. When they come in at a minimum cost, there's no skin in the game. They have no desire to go and get that money back. When there's an investment, and that's why I use the word investment in my presentation, is because I want a person to think like a business person. So if I'm going to invest $500, I want to do whatever it takes to get the money back. And so if there's no skin in the game, then there's like $49, guys. That's, what is that? That's like going to dinner, at Outback. That's disposable income. A person will move. Jason Emerson is a prime example of a person who had absolutely every challenge in the world to get started, got to first class, got dual team qualified, because he had a clear path of what he needed, and he had a desire and a hunger to get this thing going. So it's about being able to direct your prospects to either coach, business, or first class. Otherwise, you're just hosting. You're sponsoring customers. That's all you're doing. And if a person's thinking about doing this business, then if they're going to do the business, then they might as well get paid for doing all the business. So let me see if I can show it to you with anything.
And another reason I discourage the $49.95, not that I have had it come up often, but I do coach it to team and people, is that once they hit that I'm in button, the clock to upgrade starts to tick down 60 calendar days. If something happens, if the refrigerator goes out, the AC goes out, a car repair, there went the plan to go to the next step or whatever, to first class. So it's better to, in my opinion, to let them have all the information up front. Yes, that's a great idea. However, let me show you what can happen. Get started today. If anything happens along the way, your opportunity to upgrade without penalty is gone forever. So I don't know if everybody realizes that. I don't know if Jason realizes that or not. But you don't have the opportunity to do it again. So if they can get to business class, that's better than being at standby.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get them to understand.
Yeah. Okay.
And they only have 60 days. Okay.
So forgive me,
beautiful.
But this is,
that's beautiful. Amazing.
You're so crazy. You're crazy. So this is a setup for people who come in. I don't know. This is whoever at the top, okay? And they sponsor their first 2 people, and they come in and stand by. And you came in at you invested the first class. So right now you're in your 30-day run and you're trying to get that 20% because you want to get your investment back. Okay. And so standby position comes with absolutely no volume. So you don't get anything back right now. Okay. You don't even get a fast start bonus.
Right.
So there's nothing over here in your total. Okay. You sponsor a first class person, but these people are taking up your positions of equity right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you sponsor first class, Now, this month you will have 180 times 2, you have $360. That's what you'll get. This person right here gets absolutely nothing because they're not qualified to gain anything.
How'd you get 180? Help me real quick.
Right now, the month of July, a first class is 180.
Oh, is it? I thought it was
It's double. Mm-hmm. It's double.
Okay.
Just for the month of July. I wish it would go into the month of August.
Okay.
Be a wonderful thing. Okay. So the people that you sponsor at standby, they gain nothing, but yet they took a position hoping they would gain something. Okay. So now, so right here, that's and your volume, you've got 2,000 in QV, but they're not helping you get to director. You're still short. That means you've got to go sponsor somebody else. If one of these that come in at coach or business class, you'd be a director at this point. But right now, you've got 1,000 here, 1,000 here. Right now, also, you've got, what is it, 650 per pack, I think commission volume. So right now, at your 20%, your money's looking good, but your qualification is not looking good. Because if you do it's 650 here on both sides, okay, and 10% on each side, so that's what, 65, that's now another $130. So now you're at $490. Your money's looking good, but you still haven't gotten anywhere. You've done a lot of work. You sponsored 4 people in a month, and you still have not hit your director position. Because all you need is what?
2,500
to go director. So they don't benefit, but yet they're taking up space. Now, if there's a person that says, "Hey man, all I can do is 49," but I want to put a game plan together, because if the goal is, if they come in at 49 and you have a conversation with that person, or even before they come in at 49, I would have a conversation. Let's put a game plan together. Let's hold off at coming at 49.95. Let's see who we can get that can actually, 2 people that that can look at this opportunity, that will get started just by me showing the plan to them. Now, I'm not just talking about me. I'm just talking about you exposing them to a presentation. So this person right here, and they don't get started yet. But if you put a game plan together before they get started, because we're excited when a person says, "I'm joining." But see, a person is not a part of your business until they get there too. So really, they're just in. They're not really doing anything. This person, this first class right here, they're in your business, but they're not going to do anything until they get what? There too. Because they're not rooted, first of all. So a person will be more active if they're earning money. So you get a person into the business at first class, and they get there too, and they get started. Now you have them earning money, so they're liable to stay a little bit longer in the business. But this standby, they're not making any money because they have got no skin in the game. The only way they'll earn money if they sponsor a person, and they'll earn that money. But they will not earn money from the dual team. They will not earn money from it. Their income on somebody traveling is only 25%. That's not motivating. So as long as you get a person in and they go 2 levels deep, or if they get their 2 legs going, you got a chance to work with them to grow their business. They'll stay around just long enough to see how much we can do with them. But that standby, they're just taking up space right now in hopes of. And see, it's all about how you share the vision, how you share the dream. Oh man, I could get you in, and you take this position, and everybody I put below you, you're going to earn money from that. Well, they're thinking at standby, most likely, that's how they're going to do it. Oh, I can just put in the minimum investment and I can get all the money. Oh, okay, let me just come at that standby. No, if you come in at the top investment, you're going to earn all the money and a lot more, because there's benefits with coming in at first class. There's benefits. So it's all in how you convey the story and convey the message. The story that Mrs. Carr just shared is great. I only got one person that went from standby to first class in my business. Mr. Benson, you got one?
Yeah, Jeremy is the one.
Jeremy's
The
the
rest, 100% of the $49 people I put in, they're gone.
one. Okay.
Even with a game plan, even with a,
Exactly.
I'm going to upgrade, you
Yeah.
know, they just, I mean, and most of them I found, most of them I know, most of them that started, they have the money.
Mm-hmm. They don't see
But
the
it's
value.
just, I missed. So me telling them to get in or letting them get in, they were just like, oh, okay, I'm okay with losing $50. No big deal. You know,
Exactly.
I'm going to see what this thing looks like. I'm going to put my feet in the water.
Right.
And when you hear that, I'm going to put my feet in the water, you should stop them every time.
That's
Right. Yeah. I'm
You know
gonna give you a free account.
We'll
You
give you a
put your
free
feet in the
account.
water. Yeah, because you're not ready to earn no money.
Water as a customer.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to have enough pelotas. Y'all know what that means. You have to have enough balls to tell a person, well, if that's the case, you know what, you're gonna be a good customer, because you're not ready to earn the kind of money that it takes to build a legacy. You don't have the commitment, and you don't have the vision. They're not sold out. They're not all in. They don't see it. They don't see it. So it's up to us to make sure that when we share this information, that you know, because we don't convince anybody. But here's the thing, and this is what I've learned. If a person's exposed one time and they come to a presentation again, or they get on a three-way call, then they're already in. They're just trying to make a decision. They're in your business. They're just trying to make a decision. And at that point, now it's time to give more value to what it is that you have. That first class, that business class, that coach class. And my recommendation, guys, don't worry about, and the other thing we talked about, if a person comes in at $49.95, they don't get to get a banner to tell the world, because they're just still a customer. Does that make sense? Because why go through all that effort and there's nothing going to come from it? There's nothing going to come from it. When a person goes from $49.95 to a coach class and business, okay, we can kick that banner off. Because when we did the month before, where we had the actual rank advancement, and people were rank advancing like crazy, and we were sending out those banners left and right because people were they were rank advancing. That's great. We want to do that. We want to do that. But from this point on, if they don't come in at $49.95, if they come in $49.95, they don't get a banner. When they move from that position up, then they get a banner, because they've done something. They've now invested in something that's going to pay them back. It's not about us. It's really about us. It's really about them. What can we get them to do to actually get them going in their business? It's all about the person. It's all about that person. It's not about us. So the best way you can help the person is make sure you explain the vision as clear as possible. And if they say, well, why would I want to get in first class? Why wouldn't you get in first class? If everything you know about Amazon and all their success, if you had the opportunity to be with them at the beginning of their wealth transfer, would you have gotten in then? Because see, this is the next Amazon. Whether you see it or not, we've already put in almost $100 million in the business. So this is the next Amazon. So you can decide whether you want to be at home waiting for it to happen and let everybody else get on, or you can be a part of it. Most people don't believe in themselves enough to actually participate and to grow a business. That's pretty much the bottom line. Most people don't believe. Is that somebody's butt? Oh, okay, that was Jason's hand. Most people don't. I'm like, you walking around the room naked. Jason, settle down. He's taking clothes out the dryer. Bless his heart. So most people don't believe in themselves enough to build this business. Okay, and so that's why they want to put their toe in. That's that mentality that, you know what, I don't know if I'm doing the work. And it's okay if a person says, you know what, I don't see this for myself. Great. Hey, here's a free account. Move on to the next person. Move on to the next person. Because here's the deal. As much time as you spend with them, that's keeping you from spending more time with people that are looking for an opportunity. If you're going to sit around trying to convince a person 24, 36 hours about something that they should see, then you're losing time with people that you should be sharing information with. That is absolutely actually looking for something. Okay? So do these numbers make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So everybody's clear why it's important to actually get a person started at, I don't care if it's coach, business, or first class, but do not settle. If they say I want to come in $49.95, let me ask you. Now here's what value does it bring to the team when they come in $49.95? Nothing.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. So when you make a decision for a person, and you can say, well, you can just come in and stand by, then we can upgrade you. Well, if that's the case, why don't you come in at coach, and that way you have an investment already, and every time you upgrade, you just pay the difference. The next time you upgrade, you'll just instead of coming in at $49.95, when you get ready to upgrade, you'll be going from 0 to something. Why not make an investment now at $250, and when you're ready to upgrade to first class, you'll just be paying the difference. Instead of $1,000, you'll be paying $750. This is like putting your business on layaway. You have 60 days to get your first class pack out of the system, and you'll just be paying off the balance. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any questions? Any comments? This is leadership call. So any comments?
Yes, and they're spending, not investing, $49.95 every month to stand still.
That's a very valid point, Mrs. Carter.
I have a few people like that they pay their $49, and some of them have 3 customers, maybe 4, and they just, and every once in a while, if you guys can hear me, I'll get a call and they say, I'm ready to go. And my conversation is, which pack are you purchasing to get started?
Exactly.
And I always say, if you're going to work, you're really going to go ham like you say you are.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun if you don't have a pack.
And you can't wait. And before you go any further, I don't want you wasting your time with a person that just wants to stay at $49.95.
Right.
That to me, that's wasting valuable time from a leader in this organization. Unless that person's coming in a pack, you're not going to waste your time with that, because
no, I just have them go to the system.
Exactly.
One of my team members said, you can listen to the training call in the morning. Make sure you listen to a presentation that'll bring you back up to speed, and then you can decide from there. I said, but you need to pick which pack, coach, business class, first class, because at this point in the game, I can't to work with someone that's a standby, and it's not that you don't care about them, but
it's not that at all.
It's not. I mean, when you have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 people in your organization, do you think Mr. Haynes is going to come down here and work with a person that's a standby?
Correct.
And that's how you have to think. Now, when you're building out in the beginning, we all understand.
Right.
I did it. I have 20 plus people in my business that paid $49, and I have 20 plus personals that haven't done nothing. 100%.
Yeah.
So, they say that everybody on here, other than we probably have a one-off. You'll have a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to go through 23 people to get a one-off?
Oh, man.
Right. Exactly.
Because that's time. You have to train them. They ask you questions. You're helping them set up the accounts.
Sure.
And they have nothing in their head saying that they want to upgrade. And, I've tried to, I won't say try, teachable, coachable, and trainable. Those are the 3 words. And I said, okay, this is what we're going to do to get you to pay for your pack. And it's always, what 2 people do you know that have the means of getting started, right? Have the money.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, let's get them started now because they're already in the system.
Right.
And if they can't do that, if they can't help, if they can't invite to the call, because if they do sign up 2 people, they're going to earn $180.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
In first class. Right.
Yeah.
And that money, that's almost a coach. They just need $70 more
Exactly.
for a coach pack.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I give those examples, but that's immediately. And I can tell you guys are going to learn as you put more people in the system. You already know, man, this person, they're not. And I just say, here you go, follow the system. And I plug them in.
That's it. Let me take this one more step further. Are you said something?
I was just saying that's what Cesar Munoz said today. Your customer or your business partner.
Exactly.
The business partner means a package, period.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Let me show you something. Let me take this one more. Okay, go ahead, talk.
Oh, that was it.
Was that Jeremy talking or was that Jason?
No, I was just saying, he said yes and yes.
Yeah. Yes and yes. That sounds like Cesar. So let's take this one more step further. This is a business class that you sponsored into the business. Okay? And so now, that's 500 QV. Plus, what's the fast start bonus on the business class? 40.
Are you showing us your white screen?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Okay. No, I can't.
Can everybody else see it?
Yeah, I can.
I can see it.
Okay.
Interesting.
I just see you. I'm on my phone. I just see you.
Okay, so you have to swipe over to the left if you're over your phone.
I've
or swipe
swiped
to the
over.
right.
I've swiped over, and it just shows me the people. That's it.
You have Android or iPhone?
Android.
I'm trying to remember. There's something you. Okay, Ms. Johnson, you might have to unshare and share again. It'll pop back up on our screen.
Okay. And I'm actually recording as well, Diana. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, all right. Hang on. Stop sharing. Okay, let's see if we can do it again. Oh no! It took all my stuff away.
Oh man.
Diana, can you
We're
see
sorry.
Okay. I see a blank screen now, but
Oh,
I did see.
God.
No. I did see your information before. I see it now. I see you
Oh.
growing now. I don't put $49 folks in. I had one that came in under the radar because she was supposed to come in at coach, and she came in at 49 and didn't do anything. But
Right.
I learned a long time ago that there is just like an application fee when you go to a job, right?
Yep.
They expect you, or you apply for college. You have to pay for that application fee.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not college payment. That's not paying for your classes and your books and everything else. And so that's why I have never, and with previous training in the previous company, I learned a long time ago, that's the startup kit so you can qualify to even earn the right to get paid anything in here. And it gives you the opportunity to actually take a product pack. So that's how I present it. And I don't ever, if someone says that they want to sign up for $49.95 or the business kit, I absolutely tell them, you know what? That's not the system, and it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you, because you're not gonna earn any income. And the whole reason that you decided to partner was because you wanted a change and you wanted to actually earn some income. That position is not gonna do it for you. And so I have had people that I did not put in the business primarily because I just gave them, and they just became a customer, and that's it, because I wasn't gonna be holding their hands. I wasn't gonna be doing all this other stuff because they didn't see it or they were too scared. So I'm right there with you, but I did see what you got, and I totally agree.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I drew it back. Thank God I got a memory to a certain degree. Here we go. Did you get my animal crackers, Diana? Okay.
So the first class is.
I absolutely did. Just go ahead and shoot me over. No, for real. Shoot me over your address. I got you.
Thank you, honey. Okay, Mrs. Carter, what were you saying?
The first classes were $650 on the
Right, okay. So
CD.
650. Okay. 650. It's CD. Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to draw when your hand's not touching the paper. Okay. So this is how close you are. So now you got 5 people in your business. The first 2 you put in, if they're not a pack, now you're working even harder. And so now the next person you put in is a business class. That's 500 QV. You've just gone, what? Director. Not only that, you just rank advanced, and instead of earning $200, you just earn what?
Mm.
$890. Not only that, it's $40 because that's a business class that you sponsored. So now you're looking at $930. So you see how important it is in order to build a business, to get your investment back, to make sure that you're putting packs in your business. And then, like I said, if a person wants to come at $49.95, unless I would hardly ever even take them right now. But unless they say I can do this, I will do X, Y, Z, and you know, it's like I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get the 250. I'm gonna get the 500, whatever we get. And they have and you're doing a game plan with that person. I would do the game plan first. Let them prove to you that they can get the people on the call.
Yeah.
Before you put them in at $49.95. If they say, well, I want to come in at $49.95, great. Let me do this before you do that. Let's put, you know, I want you to go to your phone and write and get a list of 100 people. Let's see if they can follow instructions. David Menete talked about this all the time. If a person will follow the instructions, then they will do the business. He says, so before you get it at $49.95, let me give you some instructions to make sure that you're going to get some money out of this deal. Because it's about getting money out the deal, correct? That's the question you want to ask them. If they want to get money out the deal, let me show you how. Let's put 100 people on the list and let's call those people. And I will share the plan for you. If you can get 100 people on the list and you ask them to look at some information that changed your life, and you can't explain it, but you know there's going to be the next Amazon movement. Can you be on a call tomorrow at 6 o'clock? That's all you got to do. Just invite, right? If they can do that and get the people on the call and you share the information for them.
I love this.
And they get started. Now, let me tell you what 49 is going to get you when you want to come in at $49.95. But you got people who want to come in at first class. Let me tell you what that's going to get you. Right now, it's only going to get you fast start bonus. You're building a team right now. Out of that 100 people that you said you called, let's say 30 got on the call. And 20 said, I'm gonna think about it, or not 20, let's say 10 of them, I'm gonna think about it, but 10 said I'm gonna get started. These numbers are, these are not really, you know, realistic numbers, but let's just say. So let's say 10 people get started. And out of those 10, you got a first class here, you got a first class down here, you got business. And somebody want to come in and stand by down here, but you got a business class here. And you got all this volume. You got first class, you got 1,000, you got 15, you got all this volume, and you're in at 0 because you wanted to come in and stand by. You just missed out on going director. You just missed out on getting a rank advancement. You just missed out on a whole lot of things because you want to do this. You don't get a chance to earn the 20% that will be due to you.
You know what?
So you gotta show, I'm sorry?
No, go right ahead.
You have to show a person what they're going to miss out on for them to see the vision. Does that make sense? A person will move on more than what they will miss out on, than what, you know, the possibility of gain. They prefer to know what they'll probably miss more than what they will gain more. So in other words, you know, just like anybody gets started in business, man, I wish I got started at the beginning. Well, you missed out on that, but that's what you wanted. People don't miss the water until the well runs dry, right? So same thing in this business. People don't miss it. People don't want it until they see they can't get their hands on it. So if I'm going to miss out on making this money, you know, versus I can show you how to gain this money if you make your investment correctly. But they prefer to come in, you know, as a glorified customer, basically. And then you show them, oh, but this is what you're going to miss out on because you just want to come in as a glorified customer. Because at standby, you have no skin in the game. You don't have 10%, 12%, or 15% or 20% at that time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
know, when you
Yes.
when you did that last analogy, the one you just drew, that
Mhm.
drew out two emotions from me.
Oh my
One,
goodness.
huh?
I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did. One, me anticipating and believing and hoping for them.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
two,
Yep.
me allowing them to lead me.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
And both of those don't feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, when you can convey this, what I just drew, and literally, I didn't even think about this until now. You know, Ms. Carter and I had a conversation this morning, and I said, you know, I'm gonna show them what they will earn if they came in at the, you know, at the 20%. But I didn't even think about showing them what they earned if they didn't come in at 20%. And that mirror opposite is a clear picture of, you know, why you want to share with a person when they first want to get started. Let me show you what you're going to earn when you get started. If you're serious about this business, if you're serious, if you want to build and you want to grow, and you want to be a part of the #1 company in the world, this is what it looks like. So if you come in at first class, boom, this is what you're going to get. If you want to come in at standby, this is what you're going to miss.
Yeah, show the pain.
Show the pain. What is it that Mr. Bug says? Is people are more motivated by the
Fear of loss.
the fear of loss than the opportunity to gain, or whatever the words are.
Yeah.
The fear of loss than the option to actually win. And it's amazing how the mind plays tricks on you, but that's what it does. Because people live in that world, and that's that land of not enough, that land of just enough. They're in the mindset of lack, and so you've got to show them that lack is not their friend. Lack is not your friend. Minimum is not your friend. Living just, I'm just barely making it, so it's just a good day to be alive. And who are you serving when you talk like that? Who are you serving? That's not why we were created, to live in a mindset of lack. That's not why we were created. Talked to a gentleman in Mexico the other day. For guy, even prospected the guy and hit him up and to see how he's doing. I'm still out of a job, Miss LaTanya. I said, okay. He says, I had to sell my furniture and my car. I said, okay. I said, Alan, but I need you to hang in there. So I had to start ministering to the young man. He was so grateful because I just started reading Joel's book, and I just had to tell him about changing his mindset. I got him the secret. I sent it to him, and then I sent him the one by Earl Nightingale. The Stranger's Secret. I sent that to him.
Right.
And I gave him some scripture and gave him a prayer to say. It's a mantra, something he can say daily to change his thought process, because this is a sharp young man. He's a salesman, of course, but he's sharp. But you can hear, where he is. It's because of his surroundings, because of what's taking place. Because Mexico is now one of those places that, they're not going to come back as fast as everybody else, because tourism is really down. But I wanted him to understand this is a very temporary situation. Your mountaintop experience is coming. You can't get to the mountaintop standing in the valley and settling in the valley. You've got to continue to climb out of it in order to get to your mountaintop. Mm-hmm. You've got to, the mountaintop will not come to you. It's just, you got to go to your mountaintop experience. In order to do that, you've got to change your mindset. That makes sense?
Yes.
You've got to change your mindset. You will go from mountaintop to mountaintop. In order to get to the next mountaintop, you have to go back into a valley, help some people, bless some people, show some people, grow some people, and yourself to get back to your next mountaintop experience. Jeremy, this was not supposed to be this long, darling. I done kept you from another wedding. You okay?
No, I'm fine. You're fine.
Okay. You're not the officiator. You're not the pastor, because they're looking for you. If you are.
Nah, I'm just a guest. So.
Okay. Good. Excellent. So no problem. So I'm hoping this helps somebody today. I'm hoping this helps you guys, because I want nothing more for this team I want this thing to explode. I want you guys to see yourself getting $400,000 checks in your bank account. I've been making my mind see. I got right now, my bank account is at 4 figures in iBoomerang right now. It's in 4 figures. And I'm like, I am not going to continue to focus on, that's the most I've ever had from any company. I am not going to continue to focus on what's in my bank account. I'm going to continue to look at something bigger and better in my bank account, because if I continue to look at what's in my bank account, that's where it will stay. I've got to add a 0 to the end of that bank account. I hope y'all hear me. I've got to add 2 more zeros. I cannot stay where I am. You've got to see yourself with a bigger number in your bank account.
That's right.
You've got to. You will stay where you are. You will literally stay where you are. If you continue to see 4 figures and be happy about it, guess what? Yay, it'll be there a year from now. I have written down, I want to earn at least $7,000 a month in my business for years. I'm going to hit that. And then it's going to go to $70,000 a month. But you got to see it for yourself. You got to visually see your bank account. If nothing else, write that thing down. Write that, I want 400 grand in my account. And that's not the minimum. And that's definitely not the maximum. But that's the start. So I'm not going to start from where I am. I'm going to start from where I see. I'm going to start from where I see. Where my vision is, that's where I'm going to start from. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what I want to do at this point, so this got you guys to a certain point. And if there's any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. And so the second thing I think we want to talk about real quickly, and I'm going to let you guys go. God, it's been an hour already. Is that we were thinking about shifting the time frame from 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And I know that there's a corporate call at 8 o'clock. And so this is what we were discussing. If there's someone that you want your guests to hear that's on corporate call that you think that is more suitable for them to see the information from that particular presenter, then by all means, take your guests and put them on that call. I would never say all your guests have to show up on our call, because literally in this industry, you always want to serve the big team, and the big team is the corporate call every night at 8 o'clock, right? And at 12 noon or 11 o'clock. So the goal is we're trying to accommodate people. And so tell me, does 9 o'clock really work for everybody, or would we like to go to 8 or 8:30? And Ms. Carter, refresh my memory on this. I know we discussed this. Kendra, I don't know if you were on the phone when we talked about it. Go ahead.
Well, we did talk about it. And the reason that we chose 9 in the beginning, I missed it because my grandkids came on, the daddy on the phone, so I had to mute out for a moment. Okay. The reason we chose 9 is because when we were in Organo, we were taught not to do anything that conflicted with what the corporation was doing.
Right.
And I was the #1 proponent saying we can't do 8 o'clock because the company is doing the 8 o'clock call online, and But then we continued to talk to realize that Organo didn't have as many opportunities. They weren't recording everything. This is a whole new upgrade of information and
right.
Availability and archives and all that. So then it became, well, we just need to grow our business with what's convenient for us, because we can always plug them into something whenever I send them something. So
right.
that coupled with people being comfortable winding down at 9 o'clock Central Time, but it was always in the background, that's kind of late for the East Coast. So we just kind of meandered around it, talked about it, came to some fruition about it. And now I think where you are is asking if we would like to have everything that we do at 8 o'clock, or if we want to keep doing what we're doing. Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Yes. So I would like to get a team vote. I'll stop sharing my screen here. And I mean, it's not even a team vote, but it's just basically getting an understanding from everybody, because here's the deal before we even go to that conversation. The whole purpose of this call is to make sure that each and every one of you understand that eventually, very soon, you will be presenting to your own team. As your team grows, you'll be presenting to your own team. Just like Diana starting out and making calls and doing calls for her team, that's the goal. Because every person that you sponsor the business part of the system is that you do 4 Zoom meetings, 4 boom parties for them, and that's via Zoom these days. And so that's what you want to start doing so that you can actually start building your team out. But the whole point is to create the proper culture, and the culture that we get from iBoomerang, right? What we get from iBoomerang from corporate, we're trying to make sure that we duplicate. I'm not going to say try. We are duplicating that culture throughout the entire business. So that's why what you guys understand, you can plug in to this call, but Mr. Benson had been doing his own team calls for a while because he understood that as long as I was doing calls for him, it was my team. But when he started doing calls for himself, for his team, then it became his team. Mrs. Hardy, I had that conversation with her about a week ago or a couple weeks ago. So understand, as you grow your business, you'll be doing the presenting. Okay, we will always come together as a family for training, whatever the case may be. But there will all be, the goal is to duplicate. Remember, as we do this business, it's either gonna be addition or multiplication. Which would you prefer in your business?
Multiplication.
All day long, multiplication.
And here's a good point too. You know, if you think about it, you have Edwin Haynes, right? Cesar Munoz, Emmanuel Bernstein, Sam Bean, Jamila Pippins. You have all of these diamonds. They all have their own Zoom calls.
Exactly.
They get together when they're presenting. When they're presenting, their team invites to that presentation because that's my team leader.
Right.
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 But I can guarantee you, we all know this, in between there, each individual that, like when I do the watch parties, I do a watch party to gather more prospects.
Prospects, absolutely.
That's what I do watch parties for.
Right.
And I write those names down.
Right.
And then if I don't have any guests for the call, but like I said, it's just the culture. What we're doing now, me and Ms. Johnson, Ms. Carter talked about is team. Yeah. So like Mr. Holton Bugs jumped up and said, all right, team, let's go to Cabos.
Cabo.
And he took his core group, right?
Right.
To Cabos. Edwin Haynes, Johnny Wimbrey.
All of them.
His leaders.
His blue diamonds in the book.
As we develop ourselves and we become leaders within Miss Johnson's team, guess what? Edwin Haynes' team.
Yeah.
We become diamonds.
Yeah.
We get those calls.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's all go to wherever. Let's get to like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And so that's that multiplication. I love this.
Absolutely.
I love what we're doing. We're building a good culture.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Ms. Hardy. Thank you, sir.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Yes. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
You had asked about shifting the team call, the team opportunity calls. Is there a reason why you can't shift it before the corporate call?
Yes.
The 7 o'clock hour? Or Central Standard Time? I don't know. I don't know if it works for everybody as far as getting everybody on the call, because I know a lot of people are trying to get their family down. And I think that's why 9 o'clock was working so well, is because people were on their personal time at that point. In other words, family was put away, kids were put away, and then they had time to woosah and they plugged in. And not to say that we can't, but I'm just saying we're just trying we're trying to make it more amicable, more comfortable for everybody. So I know you started your.
I'm all for earlier.
Of course,
but, and that's what I thought, instead of having the call at the same time as the corporate call, if there was a reason that you didn't shift prior to. So that's all. I mean, either way, it'll still be earlier for East Coast.
Sure, absolutely, for sure.
The other part is for West Coast people, 7 would make it 5.
5.
So we do have some people on the West Coast. They're in and out, but they're still there. So that's why 8 o'clock is perfect for corporate, because they reach all the markets. But we're not going to compete with corporate. We're going to join them.
Yeah. So
even if we did 8:30,
I said that. Yeah.
That's still kind of edgy, or 8:15.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
So,
depends.
yeah. And so I said, that's why I said we can do 8 o'clock. And if you've got somebody that want to be on a corporate call that you think that's more feasible for them to hear the information from, then put them on that call.
Yeah.
But this is our team call. And so if we do 8 o'clock, then, and if you want to participate in this call, then that's great. But the goal is, I mean, I know we're trying to accommodate everybody in time zones. So it's not ever going to be easy, so we just got to come with one. We've been doing 9 o'clock for so long. I hope it does not affect anybody if we do move it earlier, because I like the participation that we're having. Everybody's plugged in, literally everybody's plugged in. And I mean, consistently, it's been great. So, I don't know if moving it to 8 o'clock, I would love to go to bed before, 11 o'clock, 10. Because once we get through at 10 o'clock or 10:15, I can't shut down until, my mind doesn't shut down. Mrs. Carter's calling, bugging me. Kendrick's calling, bugging me after the call. And, every night I get a text message from Diana at 11:30 at night. Go team, go! And I'm like, okay, so, who gets to sleep anymore?
Yeah.
So it's just, just trying to be accommodating. So what do we want? Do we want to do 8:30? You guys, tell me.
7:30.
Say 8:30? Who was that?
7:30.
7:30?
7:30.
So you think 7:30 is a good time?
Well, it's compromise. I just think it's compromise in Diana's favor. And the people on the East Coast, like you say, most of us gonna be up anyway. So, but get the business out of the way. If we start at 7:30, 8:30, everything is a wrap. And you still participate in the corporate call. And
Okay.
we all sitting there, we all on multiple devices right now. So we do that anyway.
Yeah.
Has how many times? The question is, when you invite for 9 o'clock, how many out of 100 people, if you've invited 100 or if you invited 10, how many of those 10 people said that's too late? And I know for Diana, maybe a few, but I mean, look at it that way. Look at your average.
It's true, because you're really trying to accommodate the actual prospect as well.
The 95.
I would say.
I'll say this: anytime that in my history, every time I've done a call around 7,
participation is pretty low.
Yeah.
I would say let's do 8:30, guys.
Yeah.
I would say let's do 8:30. I think that will be, we could catch some of corporate if somebody needs to, but then we can. I think that will accommodate our actual guests as well, and it'll give the East Coast to get to bed a half an hour early. So that way we can all. I think that's
8:30 is a good number.
I think that's an easy one to. I mean, an amicable way of settling in. What do you think? 8:30 is okay.
We can try it, see how it works.
I agree. I mean, we have guests.
Another thing we talked about, check the numbers. So I'm keeping tally of the numbers.
Okay.
And if the numbers fall off, we go back.
Okay. That's good. So we all.
That gives me time to eat, shower, whatever I need to do.
Yeah, me too. Because I agree with that. So, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but when I was with this other company before Organo, I think I told you guys this. It's Noni, Robert Dean. He set the call at 11 o'clock every night, Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock. And those who got on. That was his mentality. If you want this bad enough, you'll get on the call. Because he was trying to accommodate countries outside of the United States. He was trying to accommodate the West Coast because he was the big income earner in that company. And so he was trying to accommodate all these areas. And he says, okay, I can't set a call for 7 for Houston. I can't set a call for 6 o'clock for East Coast and a 9 o'clock call for the West. He said, so it's going to be 11 o'clock every night. If you want it, you'll get on. Now, that's not what I'm saying, because, I would not do that until we get much bigger. Then we got to do something. I'll be doing multiple calls. In fact, I'll be doing calls for other countries outside of this one. So, but just wanted to give you guys, that was the mentality. It works for him. I got on the call at 11 o'clock. It was rough, but I did. But we're going to do 8:30 and roll with that. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. How often I get messages at night to get on conference calls at 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Oh,
I got a message last night. Oh, look at those cookies. I got a message last night to be on some type of presentation at 11:15. They were like, it's only going to be 15 minutes long. Yes.
For what team? For what company?
I don't. It wasn't for our Boomerang. It's somebody inviting me to one of their team calls.
Oh,
they said this is their 4th presentation tonight, and
That's
I
good.
finally, I've been seeing it, but I finally was like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in what you have going on right now.
Yeah.
Just stop. So they could stop. But they were trying to invite 11:15.
Wow.
It's only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And so when I went on Facebook, I saw like my numbers as far as my messengers. It let you know how many people are on Facebook. The numbers are extremely high between 10 o'clock and midnight.
People are up surfing. People are up surfing. That's right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Well,
it's the age group too, because if you look at the people who have children, that is their wind down time.
That's their wind down
like
time.
Me, it's like, oh no, it's late. I got to go to bed. Who are we attracting? So we're trying to attract a younger set.
Sure.
We need to make sure that we are positioned
to
accommodate.
So. Yeah, we've got to throw a broad net, guys. The net has to be broad. It has to be to capture everybody. So that's what we're gonna do. I appreciate you guys really taking time out of your Saturday. It's raining down here in Houston. It's a good time to just make some calls and take a nap, then get up and make some more calls and take a nap. But enjoy your Saturday. You see where my head is right now. Make some calls, take a nap. We've got what?
Tropical storm, huh?
25th. We've got 6 days left. So when you call people, tell them you got less than 6 days to get their investment back when you prospect somebody today. Right now, there are promotions on the table, and the promotions, you have less now than 6 days to get all of your investment back. We can show you how to do it, but you've got to be coachable, teachable, and trainable at this point. Very much so. Okay?
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
When do we start at 8:30? And are we going to let the team call be 8:30 also, or keep it at 8?
No, we're going to let the team call be at 8 as usual.
Okay.
But we're going to start we're not going to do an opportunity call unless we do it before. On Mondays, it's always been the clash because we don't do an opportunity call. We do a team call on Monday. So, if we do a team call on Monday, it's going to be like at 7. Okay? Yeah, if we do an opportunity call, it's going to be at 7 on Monday. If we do. Because I do not want to change the team call. That's consistent. That's concise. 8 o'clock every Monday. 8 o'clock.
Why don't we take off? Unless, like I said, if we schedule it, if we need to have one, we do it on Monday. So this shouldn't break up our 90-day sprint because we're still getting together at 8:30, right? And then sometimes we'll have guests on that 8:30 call as well, right? Just make sure you let your sponsor know that I have a guest that's going to be on here tonight. Don't just invite them.
So you said move the team. So we're going to leave the team call at 8, right?
Leave the team call at 8, right? Correct. But I'm saying on Mondays we schedule the launch call. Like, okay, we're going to do one at 7, right?
That's right.
Like we normally do. And if we don't see anything, then use we just won't have one that night.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, in other words, for the weekend before, if you've prospected somebody and say, hey, we're having an opportunity call Monday night at 7 o'clock, let your sponsor know so that we could actually schedule that call and we'll be there for them. And then on Tuesday, it'll be 8:30 on out.
Okay.
Is that cool? Yes. I'm going to ask, I have not heard back from Mr. Haynes because I have not heard back from his assistant because I left her a message. She has not gotten back with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Mr. Haynes in August. We're going to run through the end of this month. We're going to go out and we're going to push through the end of July. And then we're going to bring Mr. Haynes in because that will complete our 90-day run, end of August, okay? So we're going to get Mr. Haynes in early in August if possible, okay? So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. Cool?
I like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's run hard, get this month done, get some more growth. I pray that you guys learned something from today. Oh, Ms. Carter?
I need some input, guys, from the people who have been inputting people and it hasn't been going through clearly with their credit cards and stuff. What is going on with that? Who has a handle on how?
So typically it's an international issue. The banks the iBoomerang uses an international bank. And what happens is their bank, the prospect's bank, stops the payment because they believe it's fraud. And so the prospect needs to call your potential partner needs to call their bank and tell them, hey, there's a charge coming through, and the bank releases it, and then it goes through. I've done it a gazillion times.
Is that
So-
what's happening with you, Diana?
I don't know what the issue was for me. The bank, there was not a hold on the bank, and
Wow.
I just had to do a few times, and so we went back and forth with corporate, and so I just gave it a little bit more time. Karen
Okay.
has a guest who didn't have any money put on her card.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Cash App card, and she was like, she's got money in the bank. Well, the problem is she didn't put it on the card.
You transfer it over.
Tell her, call your card, call your
Yeah.
bank, and transfer your money onto your card. So
That's
Sharon
right.
was working on that, and I just got to get back up with her to
Sure.
find out what the heck's going on with that, because she was trying over and over. With Sharon, we also, I think, got caught in the middle of the two-part authentication, because she literally was locked up, and her phone, they kept texting these tokens with like 6-digit numbers, and it was like 100 and some odd. They kept texting, she couldn't do anything. And then we got on last week. We got on flight school and found out, because she sent me the picture of the little app. I was like, I don't know what that is. The next day, flight school was like, hey, they changed, and it's a new authentication code, and it's an Authy. We're using Authy. And I was like, holy crap.
Oh, you're Aussie. Okay. I didn't know that.
We got caught in the middle
transition
of
of that.
change and the
Gotcha.
transaction. And
Okay.
and that's kind of what happened. So she started having issues with her new partner. So I've got to just figure out what's going on, because sometimes they do a paper, like, okay, we'll give your money, but we're gonna deposit it through a paper instead of, when I send money to one bank to the other, I mean,
It's all digital.
they send it as a check. I'm like, what
Okay.
the hell? Why you sending it as a check? It doesn't affect my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
Mm.
crazy. So,
Okay.
anyway.
I wonder if our company takes money from a cash card, from a prepaid card.
They do.
They do? Okay.
Mm-hmm. They do.
As long as it has like the Visa, the MasterCard, all that kind of
They do.
logo. That's fine.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
they do. Absolutely.
All right, well, whew, because
Okay.
I'm like, okay, that's holding up folks from going to Rector. And so
Yeah.
it's a
You gotta-
concern. I know corporate is on it, but
Yeah.
if anybody has any answers, it's good to share. the answers.
Gotcha. That's good. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you for letting me know about that, because I didn't know about the two-point authentication. So they're using Authy, and I got Authy on my phone.
Right.
Okay, I've got one question. If you're on here and if you've had someone join at $49, can one of you tell us what you discussed with the person after they joined? What did they decide to do? Has anyone had someone to say, yes, I'm upgrading in the next week. I'm going to go to coach. I'm going to do the business class, or do the first class. Or I'm going to upgrade to it. Have somebody give me what they've discussed with someone that just recently joined. I know Jeremy had a few people. I haven't had
Yes.
anybody at 49 in a while, personally.
Okay, so two of my team members who signed up with 49, they told me that they were going to sign up. They didn't have the money at the time, but they told me they're going to upgrade. Jackie, for example, she told me that she was waiting to get paid, and then she was going to upgrade, but she did not. So I talked to her 2 days ago, and she says she will, but, I don't want to push her. I'm just waiting for her to,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
also I'll have Ibrahim, who is in Philadelphia. So I know he really didn't have the money, but he said he's going to upgrade. So that's why he started working on getting his customers on board.
Okay.
So that when he gets the money, he's going to upgrade.
Okay. So here's the deal. Go ahead, Diane.
I was just gonna say, this is where you were going with this. One of the things that I share with folks when I've been prospecting and they say they don't have the money, I literally share with them how they can. It's about leverage. I talk to them about leverage. You know, this is a business called network marketing, and it's not about you doing all the work. And so we're waiting for you to get paid. And if you're waiting for you to get paid, you're missing the point on leverage. This is an opportunity for you literally to share the information with other people. And based on the Fast Start bonus, that referral bonus that you get, that could be the money that you get to upgrade instead of waiting for your job or your paycheck. And talking to Ms. Carter and Ms. Johnson, you know, we kind of talked about that as well with doing like pre-launching the business for people so that they could use the excitement, the momentum for those people that they actually show who want to get in to actually use that to get in with.
Right. And that's yeah. So what I would do from this point on, what I showed you guys, I know I showed you some things that you probably have never done before, as far as showing people what they're going to miss out on. But if a person says, you know what, I'm going to get started at $49.95, I will sit down and show them what they're going to miss out on. But first of all, give them some instruction. Remember, it's about being coachable, teachable, trainable. So if a person came to me right now, if I said, let's say for instance, I called Ms. Carter. I said, hey, Ms. Carter, I got something I think you're going to love. This just actually blew me away. I don't know a lot about it, but you know what? I'm on fire. This business is on fire. And I think this would be a perfect opportunity for you to look at. And Ms. Carter would say, okay, Ms. Johnson, I'm going to take a look at it. So she looks at it. And she's okay, well, you know, I think all I got right now is $49.95. You know what, Ms. Carter? Great. I'm so happy that you got the initial startup cost. Well, let me share something with you. If you're very serious about this business, if you're really looking to earn some money and you want to actually invest in this opportunity, let's do this before you get started at $49.95. I want you to do first thing first. I want you to go out and write down a list of people, minimum of 100 people. Remember what I shared with you guys a minute ago. And I want you to call each person, and I'm gonna share with you what to share with that person, how to invite them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-launch you to make sure that once you get in, you're gonna get your investment back very quickly. Okay? We want to do that. And once they do that, once they say, okay, if they do that, if they say, okay, I'm gonna write down 100 people's names, you give them a time frame. I'm gonna give you till Ms. Carter. Can you do that by 8 o'clock tonight? Ms. Carter's gonna say, what you gonna say, Ms. Carter?
I'll say tonight.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say, well, are you serious about earning money in this business?
Well, yeah, but tonight I got a lot going on.
Okay, but let me tell you. Okay, well that's great. If you're not ready, that's good because I've got about 20 to 30 other people I've got to call, Mrs. Carter. And what I want to do is give you a game plan to get your money back. If you invest in this business right now, I can show you before you even put your $49.95 how much money you can earn or how much money you're going to lose.
You know what? Can I get a day or two before I do that? Maybe I can get my list going earlier.
What I can tell you, Mrs. Carter, is this: if you can't put a list of 100 people together by tonight, by 8 o'clock, then what we'll do is we'll revisit with you at another time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be able to do it tonight. It's not going to work.
Excellent.
So I don't want to take your time and stress myself out now. Because I want this to work. I do want it to work.
Absolutely. Okay, good. So she's not ready. Move on. Like I said, you're not going to convince anybody. You're not going to devalue the opportunity, first of all, and you're not going to waste your time investing in someone who's not ready. Okay. So if Mrs. Carter says, okay, Ms. Johnson, I got $49.95 and I see it, I love it, I want to do it. Okay. So then what are you going to say? If I said, Ms. Carter, I need you to get 100 people on a list of paper by tonight. I'm not asking you to call them. I'm asking you to write the list out tonight. Can you do that by 8 o'clock tonight?
What time? Oh yeah, I got some time. I can do it.
Okay, great. So you do that, and tomorrow what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a game plan tonight on how to invite those people tonight, and tomorrow I want you to call those people. And we're going to invite them to an opportunity to call tomorrow night that I'm going to facilitate for you myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. And
so I don't have to call them, just make the list. That's what you're telling me?
Make the list tonight, but tomorrow I want you to call these people.
Okay. All right.
Okay. This is a Saturday. On tomorrow morning after church, I want you to call these people and say, look, there's something taking place right now, tonight. I can't explain it. There's this new business that's just like Amazon when it first got started. I don't know if you were invited to look at Amazon in the beginning. I wasn't. And this is my next Amazon moment. And guys, look, I'm all in on this deal. I want to share it with you. The call is tonight at 7 o'clock.
Oh, I like
be on
that.
the call? Can you be on the call? Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to do that. And if they said, and when you, after you're invited, you get 20 or 30 people on that call or less, then we're going to share the information with them. And those people who want to get started, I'm going to start drawing out bubbles on the screen for them to see. This is what happens when you get paid, when you come in at $49.95. You're gonna, if you made all these calls, you did all this work, you took time out of your schedule, and now you've got 30 people on a call, 20 say I'm ready to get started, and 10 say I got my money, and you got first class, business class, coach, first class, and you got all these people coming in, and now you've got about $1,000 worth of income right now, and well over a director position, but you come in at $49.95. Guess what? Nothing. All you're gonna get is the fast start bonus. You're not gonna get the dual team.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I love right now?
What's that?
I love seeing Jason multitask.
I mean, he's on it, baby. I love it. He's on it. What? He's folding clothes. Man, look, 2123 Nashua Drive, right here in Stafford, Texas. I got some stuff for you, boo. He's handling it. So understand that's what we want to do. Yes, I will share the recording of this call tonight, today, Ms. Hardy, absolutely. So you guys got a clear picture of what we want to do as a team.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Okay,
So
so I don't know.
The only question that I had, and I think my phone disconnected at the time, is when we were going to start the 8:30 Central Time call.
Tuesday night.
Okay.
Tuesday night. Okay. Anybody else? Because I gotta let Jeremy get to this win. Everybody good?
That's
I'm
right.
good.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
I know now I'm going to go back. If anybody questions me, I'm going to make sure that I follow this process.
That's good.
And, you know, that's just what I'm going to do from this point on. Because sometimes I get distorted.
Sure.
Right?
Well, yeah, it's all about being refreshed. Yeah, absolutely.
So no more 49s.
Well, I'm not saying no more.
Not that.
If they said they want to come in at 49, then we're going to do a game plan before they come in. Because if you tell them, okay, if you want to come in at 49, let me do this before you do, because I don't want you to miss out on any money. Then you say, look, I want you to do this. I want you to make a list of 100 people. Go through the 5-step process, or you just go through the first 2 or 3 steps. I want you to go through a list of 100 people, write them down, and then I'm going to show you how to invite them, and I'm going to do a call on your behalf.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so then if they follow through with that, that means they want this thing. If they follow through with going through a list of 100, making the calls, inviting, and they have guests and they're going to be on the call, they want it. So at that point, then you say, okay, now once you do the call and people say, yes, I want to get started. And if they have 3 or 4 people that say they want to get started out of that list, great. Then we share with them at $49.95. If they come in first class or whatever, we show them what they're missing out on. Because at $49.95, you're not going to get a chance but to earn only the fast start bonus. You're not going to get the dual team. You know, you're not going to get any qualification volume to grow your pin level. They won't grow a pin level until they invest in the business.
I love that, what you just said. So let me see if I got this right. I'll let you go, Ms. Johnson.
Okay, no problem.
So basically, if someone says that's all they can do and that's all they have, before they go in the system, they need to at least know what they have access to and some type of game plan to get them to the next level, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And this way, because what happened, I wasn't doing that a lot. I was happy, I was putting them in the system, and now I'm chasing them because they're gone. They only spent $50.
Yeah, there's no value.
You can, before they come in, you discuss these things. And at the end, then they say, okay, well, I'll do this. I'm going to do this. Great. Now you have something to, let's schedule your first call.
Exactly.
When do you want to launch your business? Well, I think I can launch it Friday night. Okay, let's schedule it. While they're signing up, schedule it at 8 o'clock. Get as many people on that call as you can on Friday. Exactly.
Like I said, if they're coachable, teachable, and trainable, then you might have an opportunity. Then you might have something to work with. And the way you determine if a person's coachable, teachable, and trainable is that they do what you tell them to do. what you're telling them to do is to create that list of 100.
Right.
And out of that 100, whoever says, yes, I'll be a guest on your call, and you're in your invite, or you're letting your prospect know, your $49.95 prospect, look, I will do the presentation for you personally. You just get the people, I'll get them in your business.
Yep.
If they get in your business and you will still want to come in at $49.95, let me share with you what you're going to miss out on. But if you come in at a coach or a higher, let me show you what you're going to gain.
Right.
Okay?
And I bet you, when they realize that people can get started and they don't get paid, they're gonna find some money.
Exactly.
They're gonna find it.
Yeah. Because guess who does get paid? The person above you.
Yeah.
The person
Right.
who sponsored you, yeah, they will get paid. You know, but you know, the $49.95 does not get paid. Okay. We good?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This went way longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I think we got some great information out of it. I did not want to take up this much time your Saturday, but I appreciate you guys getting on the call. Don't forget, we're still finishing up Mr. Haynes' book by the end of the month, and we're going to start we started The Secret at the beginning of August. The Secret, which is a video, which is very good, very impactful. I recommend looking at it right now, to be honest with you, because it's all about mindset. What you focus on expands. What you see, you can acquire. Mr. Bugs always says, "What you get, what you picture in your mind." I'm picturing $400,000 in my bank account, not just on an annual thing. I want to go monthly with that thing. But yeah, you cannot get what you already have. You've got to, if you want more, you've got to stretch. You've got to stretch. If you want what we already have, if you've already made a $10,000 check in your life in 1 month, that's not going to impress you again. What will impress you in your scale of thinking? And then set that as your goal, or double it. If $10,000 impresses you, then double it. Then I want 20,000. I want to learn how to create 20,000. I need to learn how to expand my mind, because I live in the mindset of more than enough. More than enough.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It takes a strong person to stretch. So, you know, we got that when that rubber band's pulled out, guess what? It never goes back to its original configuration. So keep stretching your mind. And how we do that is what we listen to, what we read, who we associate with. This is a mastermind group, okay? And I appreciate your time. Thank you guys. Jeremy, go marry some people. Love y'all. Diane, I'm gonna send you my address and send me my cookies. Y'all have a blessed day. Love y'all.
All right, Ms. Johnson, thank you.
We love you
Okay.
too.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.